Healing Warriors. I wanted to begin a video series about breathing since shortness of breath is one of the main difficulties people are experiencing when recovering from COVID, whether or not you had COVID pneumonia. And it's often a common symptom for long haulers, but we're going to call ourselves healing warriors, right? And many people, after they have experienced COVID, also are starting to get diagnosed with autonomic dysfunction or something called dysautonomia. And that is when there's difficulty, the autonomic nervous system has difficulty regulating itself. So that means that there can be difficulty regulating the heart rate. It could be very high or it could be low. There's dizziness, lightheadedness, shortness of breath, gut problems as well. Sleep issues. It can affect all parts of the body and one's life. So how does this all relate to anxiety? The feeling of not being able to breathe or control your breath can be very, very scary. And this can lead to a lot of anxiety. So what happens is you're trying to bring in some oxygen. You feel like you can't bring in enough. So you start trying to bring in more, breathe faster, and this creates a stress response in the body. And then that alerts the body, okay, something's going wrong. We've got to bring in more oxygen. So you start hyperventilating, shortness of breath, stress response, and this horrible cycle happens. I even notice with anxiety, for myself, what I notice especially when I was having a really hard time breathing, is that even when I listened to guided meditation that I normally listen to, and I heard the person say, okay, let's focus on your breath now, that all of a sudden would trigger some anxiety and shortness of breath for me, because I'm like, I can't focus on my breath. I can't get in a full breath. So often when I've worked with clients who have anxiety, one of the first things I do with them is we work on belly breathing to try to calm that nervous system, try to get that person back into their body and feel safe in that body. And what this does is this also helps decrease that association between anxiety and breathing. So before I teach you this simple exercise of belly breathing, I want to talk a little more about the autonomic nervous system and why belly breathing is so important. I hope this can help you understand your body more and feel more empowered with your own healing journey. When we talk about the autonomic nervous systems, there's three systems. There's the sympathetic system, the parasympathetic system, and the enteric system, which is the gut. And we're going to be talking about two of them. The sympathetic system tends to be known as fight or flight. And look at this picture of the elephants fighting, right? That's in attack. And it's when the nervous system goes into high gear trying to protect itself. Think of the body going in high gear trying to protect itself and fight off the virus. Then there's also the parasympathetic system, which people may know as rest and digest, rest and repair or restore. And look at this picture lying down. Just looking at that picture alone calms my nervous system. It looks so relaxing. And this is when the system is able to calm itself. It's saying, okay, the battle's over and we can repair, restore, we can begin the healing process. So why is this important? Because our bodies have basically been in a battle, they've been traumatized, and I feel from my perspective, I feel that my sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, hasn't been able to shut off, and all the wiring has gone kind of haywire in my body. So the little question is, what do we do about this? We try to enhance the functioning of the rest and repair or rest and restore system. And the main component of this system is the 10th cranial nerve, known as the vagus nerve. Vagus stands for wandering. And look at this picture, you guys. Look at why it's called the wandering nerve and why it's so important. A branch of this nerve innervates and wanders throughout the body and innervates the heart, the lungs, the gut, the liver, the kidneys. These are all areas that can also be infected from COVID-19 and from dysautonomia. Think about trouble breathing, shortness of breath, heart rate too fast or too slow, which can cause dizziness and headaches, difficulty digesting, other gut troubles, And the gut is where the key area of immune systems are, of immune cells. So why do we need to help out this nerve? When we activate this branch of the vagus nerve, we can activate our rest and repair system, our parasympathetic system. And one way of doing this is through breathing. I'm not saying that you don't need medications or other treatments that you're working on. I'm just saying this is just another way we can support our system and feel like some sense of control on working with our body, supporting that healing within our body, and also decreasing that fight or flight response and decreasing that anxiety. So join me on the next part of this series, Soft Belly Breathing Part B, where we're really going to get into how to do soft belly breathing.